What's up, guys? This is Darkest Light. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about the first tattoo that I ever did. Sorry it took a little while to post it. I've been kind of like busy with life and everything, but I'm gonna go into some of the details. I kind of took like a video. It's not, I'm gonna do it as like a time lapse. I didn't really get a good camera view, a good shot of the tattoo while I'm doing it. I kind of like taped up my camera somewhere by my armrest to get a decent angle of or just to aim in the direction where I was tattooing. So y'all gonna have to bear with that, but I'll give you guys some explanation of how the tattoo went, what I learned, and where I can go from there. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, the last time we spoke, I was talking about making a video about my very first tattoo that I did, which is I tattooed myself. I'll show you guys what the design looks like. I kind of feel like I went overboard, I was a little bit ambitious. I should have just kind of, kept it small, but I did a tattoo that I would say is a little bit bigger than palm size on my calf, on my leg, basically on my shin, kind of. It's okay. The bad thing was, getting the angles and everything, kind of like my leg was falling asleep, so that was bad. I had to keep stopping because of that. But other than that part, and trying to get certain angles, when I was trying to shade or pack color or whatever, it was kind of difficult, but I managed. And as for the design, something I just kind of came up with that I didn't mind putting it on myself. It's of a skull, and then in the background it's a Hmong like motif or whatever. It's kind of like a little Hmong design, from my culture. It kind of looks like a heart or whatever, like four of them combined, or maybe like I don't know. I'm not sure how to explain it, but you'll see in when I show you guys in the design. And I wanted to get like 3 things accomplished with this tattoo. I wanted some lines in there so that I can work on lining. I wanted some shading so I can work on that. And I wanted some color or packing of black or whatever to try to get those 3 elements down. I believed it had everything I could need to start off with. But like I said, I should have started out smaller, but it's okay. All right, let me see. I was talking about the design going too big, but I feel like it's all right. It's a learning experience. I think from now on, when I do like my next couple designs or tattoos, I'm gonna go a little bit smaller, maybe palm size or a little bit smaller than palm size, until I get the technique down. I get a little bit better at it. As for the design, I like skulls for the Hmong motif. I would say it's kind of a popular Hmong motif because I've seen several of those designs being, tattooed or made into other things like t-shirts and stuff like that. I got to get something Hmong on my body. Oh yeah, I also had the word, the original design, I had the word meow put on the top of the brow of the skull. And for those who don't know what miao means, it means Hmong, basically. That's what the Chinese called us back in the days, and that's kind of like what we've kind of what we're known to be called in China. We consider ourselves Hmong, but they call us Miao. And Miao, from my understanding, kind of like a derogatory term, to where it means like savages or barbarians and stuff like that. But to me, I take pride in it, even though it's viewed as derogatory against us. Like, I mean, the Hmong people in China, they've came to accept it, but me, yeah, I take pride in that name. Shoot, y'all want to call us some savages? Y'all want to call us some barbarians? Yeah, you right. We are savages and we are barbarians and stuff, So I take pride in it. That's why I wanted that word tattooed on there. But when I put the design, I made the stencil and I put it onto my calf. It just didn't look right. The writing was just too small. My brother actually gave me some good advice, and he was like, yo, if you tattoo the word on there and it's too small, as as you age or whatever, it's just kind of like going to blur up a little bit. You won't really see it that well. It's just too small. What I needed to do was blow it up, put it in a different area of the design, or make it bigger, which, when I looked at the design, it looked nice. It's just when I put the stencil onto my skin, it was just too small. So I kind of left that out and kind of like freestyle the shading of the eyebrow where the word was at. Hopefully it looks all right. The tattoo actually took 3 days, if you could believe that, because I came in late. I only had about like 3 or 4 hours each day to do it. And since I was new at it, I was being cautious and going through it real slow. It just took some time. I didn't want to rush it. It's more of a learning experience. So on the first day, I pretty much finished like the outline and part of the shading for the skull. And then on day 2, I did the rest of the shading for the skull, and I started putting in some of the purple for the Hmong design. And then day 3, which it only took me, I don't know, maybe an hour or so to put in like the green and the rest of the color. That was pretty much my process. And as for tattooing for the first time on myself, I'm kind of glad that I did it, because now I know kind of like the depth of the needle and how much it hurts at what depth or whatever, if that makes sense. Also, what I learned was that color packing is freaking difficult, man. Like, I had a really hard time color packing. I don't know if I was using the correct needles or whatever, but I was just, kind of like experimenting. So it was hard. Like, I went maybe 1 or 2 passes and I didn't really see the color go in. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm not going deep enough or if I'm using the wrong needles at the wrong voltage or whatever, but I experimented. The needles that I used was, I had 3 needles. I had I believe it was a number 3 or number 5. I can't remember, but number 3 and number 5 liner to do all my lines with. And then I had I think it was like a 9 or a 7 or a 9 shader, rounded mag to do the shading. and then I had like a flat mag. I believe it was like 7, I believe, to do the shading, but I mean to do the color packing for part of that for the color. But I didn't have much color in there, so I figured I didn't need that big of a flat mag. So I think it worked. It turned out all right. And as for the voltage, I believe I lined at, I think, 8.5. I don't think it was 9. I believe it was 8.5. And for the shading and the color packing, I used, I think it was 6.5. I kind of like experimented. So like I went low. I went like 5.5. I went to 4.5, just messing around to see what would happen if I shaded at that voltage, or if I try to pack color at that voltage. What I kind of like settled on is, I even went high on shading as well. I went up to about like an 8.0 for shading and color packing, but I kind of settled in on around 6.5. I felt like that gave me the best shading and the best color packing that I could do. So I don't know, maybe next time I'll experiment a little bit more, and we'll see with different types of needles and the different voltages to see what I can do with it. Let me know what you guys think of the tattoo. Let me know what you guys think of all the techniques that I used, or whatever, my newbie mistakes. If you guys got some constructive criticism, I'm up for it. If you guys have some advice, I'm cool with that too. Always looking forward to learn, get some feedback, and get better. But that is about it for this video, and I hope to see you guys on my next video. Friday the 13th is coming up, so we have like this Friday the 13th special on these little tattoos. They're going to let me try on actual clients because they're real small, quarter size, I would say. I'm kind of nervous, but I'm looking forward to it at the same time. And hopefully that is a good experience. That's what we'll do. Look out for that video. That should be my next video. And like I said, like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Subscribe if you like my content, and I appreciate you guys coming along on this journey with me, and we learning, we getting it done, so I appreciate y'all. All right, now I'll talk to you next time. Peace.